The air was thick with the comforting aroma of roasted turkey, and the sweet melody of laughter as Thanksgiving festivities unfolded around me. However, my elation crumbled into dread as I realized a crucial detail I had forgotten: the centerpiece of our feast, the succulent turkey. At home, the warm glow of holiday lights illuminated my path. As I approached the familiar door of my home, my keys jingled nervously in my trembling hands as I fumbled to unlock the door, and an uneasy feeling settling in the pit of my stomach. The once inviting interior now harbored an unspoken tension. Stepping into the dimly lit living room, I was met with an eerie silence that whispered of unseen presences. A chill ran down my spine as the air hung heavy with an unsettling stillness. The forgotten turkey sat innocently in the kitchen, but an unsettling feeling lingered as I moved through the familiar spaces of my home. An unshakable unease clung to me like a haunting specter. Every creak of the floorboards echoed with a spectral resonance, and the mundane surroundings took on a sinister quality. It was as if an invisible malevolence lingered in the corners. In the hushed atmosphere, my senses heightened, and the boundaries between the ordinary and the inexplicable blurred. Shadows seemed to coil and writhe with a life of their own, and a sense of being watched intensified. The turkey, once the sole focus of my return, now felt like a trivial offering. As I stood in the kitchen, the room seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. A sudden shiver ran through me, and a haunting voice resonated from the shadows. An antagonist concealed in the cloak of darkness, detailing a malevolent plan that sent chills down my spine. The realization struck me with a paralyzing force. The antagonist was not a mere specter but a tangible threat that lurked within the confines of my own home. Their intentions, concealed in the shadows, bore an insidious weight that transcended the mundane. In a surreal twist of fate, the forgotten turkey became a mere pawn in a dark and foreboding game. The malevolent presence seized control, and my desperate attempts to escape their clutches only fueled the mounting terror. As the narrative reached its climax, the antagonist succeeded. The Thanksgiving celebration outside remained blissfully unaware of the horrors that had transpired within the seemingly ordinary abode. The shadows and echoes persisted, a haunting reminder that even in the midst of cherished traditions, the boundary between the macabre could unravel. The grandeur of my cousin's mansion enveloped us as the family gathered for Thanksgiving, a lavish affair, laden with opulence. Yet, beneath the veneer of holiday cheer, an unsettling atmosphere loomed. The ancestral home, a sprawling labyrinth of ornate corridors and shadowed chambers. As the day unfolded in feigned conviviality, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Whispers among the relatives hinted at familial discord, and glances exchanged spoke of hidden animosities. Night descended, casting long, distorted shadows across the mansion's grand halls. An uncanny stillness blanketed the opulent surroundings, and the clinking of silverware against fine china resonated with an eerie resonance. Little did I know that the facade of familial harmony was about to crumble. A peculiar family member, shrouded in an air of eccentricity, harbored a sinister agenda. Motivated by avarice, they sought to eliminate the wealthy cousin, paving the way for a twisted inheritance. The family gathering transformed into a theater of deceit. As I wandered the dimly lit corridors, the familial bonds that once felt unbreakable now seemed fragile. Woven from a tapestry of distrust and hidden malice, shadows danced with macabre intent, and the air hummed with an unspoken tension, a precursor to the impending storm. The night took a chilling turn when the odd family member initiated a malevolent game of murderous hide-and-seek. The sprawling mansion transformed into a nightmarish playground, each relative becoming both hunter and prey. Panic gripped the gathering. The once familiar rooms became claustrophobic traps, and the luxurious trappings of the mansion concealed the lurking danger. The rich cousin, unaware of the impending danger, unwittingly played a role in this macabre charade, as the odds stacked against him in this deadly game of inheritance. As the twisted hide-and-seek unfolded, the antagonist succeeded in orchestrating a murderous tableau. One by one, Family members fell prey to the malevolent designs, their fates sealed in the twisted pursuit of wealth. The mansion, a silent witness to the familial bloodshed. In the aftermath, the mansion stood as a chilling monument to the darkness that can fester within even the most affluent of families. The Thanksgiving feast, intended to be a celebration of gratitude, became a grotesque theater of inheritance.
The warmth of Thanksgiving enveloped us as my family, and I gathered for a grand celebration, unaware that the holiday spirit would soon give way to a nightmare. The expansive house echoed with laughter, the aroma of roasting turkey, and the joyous chatter of loved ones coming together. As the evening progressed, the atmosphere remained festive, with the clinking of glasses and the hum of animated conversations. My girlfriend, my family, and I reveled in the joy of togetherness. Yet, beneath the veneer of merriment, a disquieting tension simmered. The house, adorned with autumnal decorations, became a sanctuary for joy and gratitude. The ambient light flickered warmly, casting shadows that danced playfully on the walls. Unbeknownst to us, these shadows concealed a malevolent intruder, patiently awaiting. As the night wore on, the party reached its zenith. Laughter echoed in the corridors, and the intoxicating aroma of Thanksgiving delicacies wafted through the air. Yet, the impending darkness cast a long, foreboding shadow over the festivities, and the fates of my loved ones hung in the balance. The first inkling of danger came as a subtle disturbance. A fleeting glimpse of a stranger in the periphery, masked amidst the crowd, the kidnapper observed, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The benign facade of a holiday gathering concealed a malevolent plot. My attention shifted from the joyous revelry to an unsettling awareness. An inexplicable chill crawled up my spine, and my eyes scanned the crowd, seeking the source of my unease. That's when I noticed the intruder, shrouded in darkness, inching closer to the heart of the celebration. The shockwave hit when the fiend made their move, brazenly attempting to snatch my girlfriend and family away from the warmth of the Thanksgiving feast. Panic surged through me as the kidnapper's malevolent intent materialized, shattering the illusion of safety that surrounded us. Chaos ensued as the party transformed into a battleground. Desperation fueled my attempts to thwart the abduction, but the kidnapper, determined and cunning, outmaneuvered every effort. The once celebratory atmosphere devolved into a nightmare, with loved ones torn from my grasp. The antagonist succeeded in spiriting away my girlfriend and family, leaving a void in the midst of the festive chaos. The Thanksgiving celebration, intended as a time of gratitude and joy, became a haunting memory of an abduction that defied reason. The antagonist succeeded in spiriting away my girlfriend and family, leaving a void in the midst of the festive chaos. The Thanksgiving celebration, intended as a time of gratitude and joy, became a haunting memory of an abduction that defied reason. In the aftermath, the house that once echoed with laughter now held the lingering residue of fear and despair. The Thanksgiving feast, an epitome of familial warmth, was tainted by the sinister success of an abductor.
The chill of the November night hung in the air as my family and I reveled in the warmth of our Thanksgiving gathering. The house, adorned with autumnal decorations, echoed with laughter and the savory aroma of a feast in progress. The flickering candlelight cast a cozy glow. As the evening unfolded, the merriment swirled around us. Friends and family shared stories, clinked glasses, and savored the hearty Thanksgiving spread. It was in the midst of this familial bliss that I glimpsed a shadow, fleeting yet palpable, moving stealthily on the periphery of our celebrations. Initially dismissed as a figment of my imagination, the specter of unease lingered. The festivity continued, but an unspoken tension wove its way through the fabric of the evening. My senses heightened, and my eyes scanned the crowd for the source of my disquiet. The unsettling realization struck when I noticed the homeless couple. Gaunt faces and tattered clothing betrayed their desperate circumstances. I assumed they were drawn to the warmth of our celebration, seeking respite from the unforgiving cold. However, as the night wore on, their movements became more deliberate. It started with furtive glances, surreptitious attempts to blend into the joy strong. The initial sympathy I felt transformed into a gnawing suspicion that something was amiss. The turning point arrived when I stumbled upon them rummaging through our kitchen, devouring the meticulously prepared dishes meant for our family. Shock rooted me to the spot as the reality of the intrusion sank in. In a surreal moment, our roles reversed. Instead of us extending a hand of kindness, we found ourselves confronted by uninvited guests who, driven by hunger, had infringed upon our cherished Thanksgiving feast. The atmosphere shifted from joyous celebration to a tense standoff. The homeless couple, emboldened by their successful entry, continued their pilfering, disregarding the festive spirit that had initially prompted our empathy. The shock and disbelief reverberated through the house as their actions escalated, challenging the sanctity of our home and the security. The ultimate blow came when they evaded our attempts to remove them, disappearing into the night with the remnants of our Thanksgiving feast. The realization dawned our generosity had been exploited, and the uninvited guests had succeeded in pilfering our food. As we grappled with the aftermath, the house that had once exuded warmth and familial love felt tainted. Thanksgiving, a day meant for gratitude and togetherness, had become a haunting memory of an intrusion that shattered the very foundation of our celebration.